Hello, this is Dr. Jorge Santiago Blay, Horticulture 101. So this is the beginning of a composting pile that we have been accumulating for the last year or so. So composting is a natural, is the use by humans of a natural process of decomposition that has been happening for billions of years. As you remember, the key decomposers are fungi, bacteria, and insects. I like to call them the FBI. So this is the beginning, and this week we'll have an activity, a way kind of like to mini compost, if that's possible. So now I would like to show you several more advanced stages of what happens with this product. Okay, so why do we compost? We want to compost to enrich our soil. Why? Because the composted material has nutrients, vitamins and minerals that plants use to nourish themselves and to grow, large. So this here is the remnants of the other pile that we showed earlier, about a year or so later. Note that it is quite nice looking. So today we move some of this composite material to this bed to kind of replenish it, and hopefully it will be ready for some winter sowing. Specifically, we are going to put legumes and other plants that will be essentially there to produce nitrogen. So for example, those will be some of the legumes. During the winter, they will be fried by the grill, by the cold, but they would have produced some nitrogen that will further enrich the soil. And now I would like to show you another bed. I'm just gonna go around. The bed that has already been supplemented with the composite material, and upon which some legumes shown here in clover have been planted. So this clover will grow and fix nitrogen, meaning capture nitrogen gas and put it not as nitrogen gas, of course, but as nitrites and nitrates, and enrich the soil with nitrogen, which is a key element for plant growth. It's used in amino acids and in nucleic acids, so it's absolutely essential. And later on in the winter, they will grow, and when it is too cold, the plants will die, but all of the nitrogen will be there fixed, ready for the spring to rock and roll. Okay, this is my favorite part of this video. How do we make compost? This is a paper shredder, my absolute all-time favorite toy. The shredder. Anything that looks like paper goes through the shredder. I don't know if you can imagine how crazy I am about the shredder. So you get the point, right? So those are the browns, meaning they have a high carbon content. Doesn't mean that there is no nitrogen or nothing else. High carbon content, and it just happened at least one of them to be brownish. They don't have to be brown, of course. And then these are the so-called greens, which contain scraps of what people call vegetables. Of course, we have learned that botanically this is a fruit. Banana peels, let's show here, coffee grounds, you name it. As long as you cut it nicely, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna show you now what do we do with this. As you know, this is my favorite part, giving it to the pile. So that's just a little bit of carbon, or of the browns, excuse me, and we should put about 3, which I'm not doing in this case. This is just recently shredded 3 parts by volume, ballpark of, browns, and 1 part of the greens. And here we go. Some people like to mix them with, poles, etc. But this is so abundantly open that is plentifully oxygenated. Okay, so now a little explanation of what I would like you to do for this activity, do this coming Sunday. So here we have a very simple container, plastic container in this case, with a bunch of holes on the sides as well as on the bottom, plentifully open. And here you will recognize this as a core for toilet paper or paper towels. We have here greens and we have browns. So here at the very top we have mulch. Underneath we have a little bit of the composted material. Doesn't have to be in this order. The composting material is to inoculate with the good microbes what we are going to do, so that they get a head start. And then at the very bottom, really, real brown, roughly, with a lot of carbon paper, cardboard, whatever you want. Ideally shredded to make this go faster. And so we'll just make a little, shall we say, lasagna here. Mom used to like my cooking abilities to fix lasagna. And so let's put a little bit, and I'm gonna mix this now. A little bit here. I should have done this earlier, but you are gonna do better than I do. Remember, the rule is the student shall surpass the professor, and we want to keep this core as empty as possible. It's just to have more air circulation. Remember, composting goes better when it is oxygenated. Okie dokie. So we have a little bit of brown and a little bit, a little bit of greens. A few greens. I think I have done okay job. I don't think we are gonna get a Nobel Prize for this, but hopefully you will get the idea. This is all about learning and about having fun and about being one with nature and saving money. Always important, right? Another big layer. Remember, ballpark 3-to-1. Okie dokie. Let's put some more greens here. I feel like one of the cooking show hosts, television. I don't know, Emeril or whoever is popular these days. Let's keep doing this. And almost done. Almost done. I cannot believe it. So we're almost done. Ready to be on a 5-star hotel with this lasagna we just finished. And now, what are the benefits of all of this? Imagine all of the paper garbage and cardboard that we receive every day. We can shred most of that as one, so we reduce the amount of garbage we send into the landfill. Second, we are generating all of this good material that will turn into soil eventually. And with all of these greens, maybe some of us will be encouraged to eat veggies and fruits. Those also count, as greens. And then third, look, we can recycle some of these materials, and eventually these beautiful things will return to the soil and be used by us. The last step, which I will not do here, is to water this a little bit. I will not do it here because one of you will receive this. Water in such a way that it's wet, but it's not soggy and dripping water. Okay? Any questions? This has been Dr. Jorge Blay, Composting. Thank you.